the exclusion of another. It is very clear that the officials, officers, or employees of the BIR are prohibited from divulging information regarding the taxpayer or any information relative thereto. And there is only one exemption if the Congress requests in aid of legislation. And yes, Madam Chair, should we allow BIR to violate this specific prohibition, they will be subjected to penalties. Kawawa naman po sila, Madam Chair. Nag-comply naman po sila sa subpoena. They are here. They waited for more than 9 hours. Nag-comply sila, andito po yung box. Sana naman magiging sensitive na rin tayo by at very least complying with what is provided for by the law. That is all, Madam Chair.
Nako, walang gano'n, walang konsiderasyon yan. Bakulaw yan eh. Tingnan yung pagka magagandang ganyan, di ba? Pagka magagandang ganyan, merong sense magsalita. Hindi, pero buksan nyo.
When is the correct time to open the box, Commissioner? No. Because there are two requirements. Inquiry in aid and executive session. Both should be present. And assuming that the committee will decide not to open, may I just ask, when is the correct time to open the box?
Sa akin tol, isa ako sa Banateros Vloggers tol eh.
Oo nga, isa sa mga Banateros vloggers. Kasi di ba Banateros Brothers, kami yon. Sila Banateros Vloggers.
Yan, ayun, alam nyo na kasi fake news daw ako eh. May nag-comment kasi sa video natin tol, fake news daw ako. AI lang yung kasama mo, hindi yan si J. Guevara, sabi nga nun. O yan ha, kitang-kita nyo yun ha.
Yan ang Banateros, walang inuurungan. Pag tama palakpakan, pag mali ay babanatan. Yan ang Banateros, boses ng ordinaryong Pilipino. Banateros ay walang makakaawan, walang inuurungan. Banateros.
The law provides for some exceptions, and one of the exceptions is provided in Section 20A of the National Internal Revenue Code, which provides that we may disclose specific tax information to Congress, provided that the examination shall be done in executive session.
Hindi naman pwede yun, executive session. Ang pakay nga dyan ika nga kumbinsihin ng ating mga kababayan na talagang may problema ang mag-asawang Duterte. Pero ano lang naman na yan, yung ang tawag dito, yung tax na yan, hindi maano yan, walang kwenta yan. Importante dito sa mga congressman na to, yung AMLA, yung paninira ni Trillanes, yun yung importante dito. Yan kasi kung talagang gusto nilang buksan yung pagpipilitan ho nila yan. Mga walang hiyaya mga congressman na yan eh.
Examination shall be done in an executive session.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable DS J.J. Suarez is recognized.
I think the point of subpoenaing these documents is for us to come to a informative decision with regards to whether or not there is
JJ, ingat ka ha. Baka SALN at AMLA record at BIR record mo na sisilipin natin sa next administration. Ingat din ha. Huwag masyadong maangas, okay? May hangganan lahat ng kalokohan, JJ.
probable cause. Now, may I get clarification from the chairman or from the members of the committee? How then are we supposed to make both ends meet with regards to this? I see a specific gray area. Dahil sa binanggit po ni Congressman Flores kanina, dapat naka-executive session tayo during a congressional hearing. Correct. However, we don't find ourselves in a congressional hearing. We find ourselves in an impeachment proceeding. So, may I find out from the good chairman, is it one and the same insofar as we're still in a hearing, although an impeachment hearing? Can we just call for an executive session and look at the contents of that box? Madam Chair?
I understand that the requirements shared to us by the Honorable Commissioner is cumulative, which means that this must be both a legislative inquiry and at the same time an executive session done in its occasion.
Yes.
Which means that the executive session must be done during a legislative inquiry. But, of course, the members are correct in pointing out that this is not an ordinary inquiry in aid of legislation.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
Madam Chair. But my
The Honorable Diaz Suarez?
Yeah, I just want to add, no? But we are still, you know, in function or performing our legislative duty. Because as legislators, part of our duty is to convene ourselves into, quote-unquote, how do you say it? Impeachment proceedings to determine probable cause. That is part of our legislative duty, I believe,
Buksan
although
nyo.
it's not.
Buksan nyo, walang problema yan, buksan nyo. Okay lang naman yan. Buksan nyo at papasukin nyo ang Korte Suprema. Buksan nyo yung ano na yan. Ako gusto ko buksan nila yung box eh. Para next year na tayo magkita-kita ulit kung meron pang next year. Kung meron pa next year. Okay lang ho sa akin. Ako tatanungin kung GJ, buksan nyo yan. Anak ng tao ka para next administration, lahat bubuksan natin, mga walang niya kayo.
Lawmaking, maybe Congressman Rufus can shed light into this because he's a more wise lawyer than I'm not a lawyer. But yun ang important.
Yun nga problema, wag kang bida-bida, wag kang makikipagtagisan kung nagsasalita, yang si Rufus Rodriguez, yang si mga abogado yan. Kang bida-bida, pakinangin mo na lang, bumbunin mo, niya ka.
This is still part of our duty and our function as legislators.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Tino and then the Honorable
Thank you.
Keith Flores.
Madam Chair, first of all, may I ask the BIR to read again hindi ko kasi hawak na yun, the exception provided in the law.
Yeah. May I read section 20, paragraph A, Madam Chair, submission of pertinent information to Congress. The provision of section 270, which pertains to unlawful divulgence of information of this code, to the contrary notwithstanding, the Commissioner shall, upon request of Congress and in aid of legislation, furnish its appropriate committee pertinent information, including but not limited to industry audits, collection performance data, status reports, and criminal actions initiated against persons and taxpayers' returns. Provided, however, that any return or return information which can be associated with or otherwise identify directly or indirectly a particular taxpayer shall be furnished the appropriate committee of Congress only when sitting in executive session, unless such taxpayer otherwise consents in writing to such disclosure.
Madam Chair, I agree with the Deputy Speaker Suarez that this is a hearing of the Committee on Justice. So we may inspect the documents for as long as we are in executive session. That's my position, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair. We know the position of the Honorable Tino. The Honorable Flores first, and then the Honorable D.S. Conghon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I too would like to know what's inside that box. But I think we have to distinguish that there are two functions of Congress. Now, one is the lawmaking function, and the other one is, right now, the accountability provisions of the Constitution. We are gathered here today not for the purpose of our lawmaking functions, Madam Chair. We are now here today as an impeachment part of the impeachment proceeding. So the provisions that was mentioned by our good officer, Madam Chair, does not apply if we look at the exceptions, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
Right. The Honorable D.S. Conghon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Commissioner, lahat po ng opisina ng ating gobyerno nag-declare na ng kani-kanilang mga dokumento. Naglabas ng kani-kanilang dokumento. So sana gawin din ng BIR yung nararapat. Kasi napaka-importante po ng mga dokumentong ito mula sa BIR. Malalaman lang ng komite kung totoo ang mga deklarasyon ni Vice President Sara Duterte ng kanyang salin kapag sinuri ang mga dokumentong isinumite
Nako, ito yung abogado niya nagsulat yan. Tuloy lang, tuloy
nito
lang.
at ng kanyang asawa sa BIR. So napaka-importante ito. Sana tumulad na po tayo sa AMLAC at i-disclose kung ano yung mga dokumento.
Tumulad na tayo sa AMLA. Sige, tulad na tayo sa...
Madam Chair.
BIR Commissioner, would you like to
Tumulad
respond
tayo
to
sa
Gus
AMLA.
Konghan?
Yes, Madam Chair, nauunawaan po namin ang kahalagahan ng mga dokumentong isinumiti namin at sinubpina ng House Committee on Justice. Nauunawaan rin po namin ang kahalagahan ng proceedings na ito. Nagkataon lamang po na maliwanag na nakasaad sa batas ang mga limitasyon sa pagbibigay ng impormasyon tungkol sa isang particular na taxpayer at kami po ay obligado na sundin ang batas.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Sia Diong.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I guess all of us are in agreement that when it comes to the documents that we want to subpoena, or we have already issued subpoena, it should be also appreciated by the committee in an open session as such as this. Although we also have to be very cautious about the way we conduct this proceeding. In fact, Madam Chair, if I may remind the members of this committee, the chair herself, whenever there's a questions that is outside of a testimony or affidavit or outside the reported documents by each of the agencies, she automatically calls that particular, for example, question as probing in order to avoid, us giving impression that we're doing a mini trial. So again, I understand that the chairperson of the BIR also wants to cooperate with the committee, but she is also tied up with a certain limitations as what he already intimated to us that is very clear under the law. If, Madam Speaker, if the law intends for this committee to hold or to discuss these particular documents inside the box openly in the committee hearing, the law would have specified an exemption to include impeachment hearing. Similar with the Bank Secrecy Law. The Bank Secrecy Law was very specific that when it comes to impeachment proceedings, that is among the exception. That meaning to say, it cannot absolutely be invoked 100% insofar as the intention of that particular bank secrecy is to proceed with the impeachment proceedings or hearing. Kung sa batas po, kung meron po sa bank secrecy law na specify niya mismo na ito ay exemption para sa purpose na is impeachment proceeding, kung ganoon din po yung intention ng batas na yon na sinight ni Commissioner, dapat sinight na po doon. Pero in this case, wala po. Ang sinabi lang po doon is in aid of legislation that can only be open and that can only also be discussed in an executive session. Had the law intends also to include as an exemption impeachment proceeding, then it would have been spelled out clearly in that law. Since nawala po, we cannot interpret and provide our own interpretation doon sa batas na yun, which is clearly wala na po doon na sinasabi na impeachment proceeding. So that is only my my manifestation. Ako lang, Madam Chair, I would like to be very, very cautious on how we proceed with this impeachment hearing. Bago sana natin mabigyan kung sino man yung nag-aantay na magkamali tayo para questionin po yung integrity and credibility nito proceeding na ito, Madam Chair. Maraming salamat po. Madam Chair.
We know the manifestation of the Honorable Adjong. Now we recognize the Honorable Lord Dansuan.
Madam Chair, I
echo the
Ano, President, Lord Dansuan, President, kailangan presensya.
objection of Vice Chair Jonathan Keith Flores and Congressman Zia Adyong.
Ito ba yung nagsabi na napilitan lang silang pumirma doon sa unang impeachment? Yan si Lord Dansuan. Balimbing.
And that when we are prevented from asking probing questions, in the same manner, the impeachment does not give us license for unlimited discovery. And so we must take note of the objection of the BIR Commissioner that Section 270 of the National Internal Revenue Code criminalizes the divulgence of tax returns by BIR officials. This is very clear. And the only exception that I can think of is the one mentioned by the Commissioner. And even then, if we invoke that section, it refers to inquiries in aid of legislation. And I think that this impeachment proceeding is so far away from an inquiry in aid of legislation. Furthermore, Madam Chair, the subject or the respondent in the impeachment case is the Vice President. Attorney Manscarpio, whose tax returns we are going to expose here now, is a private citizen. He is her husband, and he is not the one who is the respondent in the impeachment case, which also brings us to Section 3 of the Data Privacy Act, which treats income tax returns as sensitive personal information, which is included in the heightened privacy protections of that statute. And it is not a shield that vanishes whenever Congress decides to take up a subpoena pen. And so, inulit ko po, Madam Chair, na hindi dapat talaga natin ilabas yung ITR ni Attorney Manscarpio dito sa hearing natin ngayon.
Oh, mabawi ito si Lord Dansuan. Ramdam mo na, Brad, na magpipresidente si VP Sara. Yan ang problema. Kaso kahit ano pa sabihin mo dyan, wala kayong kwenta.
Madam Chair.
May I ask first the BIR Commissioner,
Oh.
if indeed the Justice Committee has no authority to open this box, then when will be the right time to see the contents of this box?
Actually, Madam Chair, when we submitted the documents subject of the subpoena to the House Committee on Justice, we are very much aware as well of the requirement that the same should be in aid of legislation.
Louder,
Our
Commissioner,
premise-
please.
And our premise, when we submitted the documents, is that the proceedings of the committee is also in aid of legislation, given the plenary power of Congress to legislate. This is just my opinion, Madam Chair. Whatever that may be discussed here could possibly the basis of a possible amendment of, for example, the Bank Secrecy Law or of the tax code itself. And so again, Madam Chair, yes, we are aware that when we submit the documents, it must be in aid of legislation. Our premise when we submitted the documents is that this proceeding is also in aid of legislation. Now, applying what the law expressly says, it can only be examined if the two requisites concur in aid of legislation and in an executive session. Thank you, Madam Chair.
But this is not an inquiry in aid of legislation. As clearly pointed out by the members, this is entirely different proceeding. This is an impeachment proceeding.
If that is the case, Madam Chair, then Section 20A will not apply.
What is Section 20?
The submission of pertinent information by the Commissioner to Congress.
That is an
20.
exception.
That is an exception, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Your Honorable
Madam Chair.
Terry Ridon.
Madam Chair, I'd like to state that Section 20, which is being stated, no? Can you state it for the record, Honorable Commissioner, please? The provision again, can you state it again for the record, please?
That is Section 20 NIRC.
Yes, Section 20
Yes, Madam
NIRC.
Can we flash it?
Submission to Congress.
Secretariat, Section 20 NIRC.
Please read it for the record, please. Restate it again, please.
Yeah.
Madam
Section 20, letter A, submission of pertinent information to Congress. The provision of Section 270 of this code, to the contrary notwithstanding, the Commissioner shall, upon request of Congress and in aid of legislation, furnish its appropriate committee pertinent information, including but not limited to industry audits, collection performance data, status reports and criminal actions initiated against persons, and taxpayers' returns, provided, however, that any return or return information which can be associated with or otherwise identify, directly or indirectly, a particular taxpayer shall be furnished the appropriate committee of Congress only when sitting in executive session, unless such taxpayer otherwise consents in writing to such disclosure.
Thank you for restating the provision. I'd like to state for the record that the subpoena given to the BIR, Madam Chair, is not a request. It is part of a compulsory process in which the BIR had complied. So my question to BIR is whether or not this particular provision actually applies to this particular submission to the impeachment proceeding. Because we are not requesting anything from the Commission. We are requiring, under compulsory processes of impeachment rules, for the BIR to actually submit these documents of the Vice President, of Attorney Carpio and their firms to Congress. And second point, to be clear, when the Commission actually submits it to Congress, the penalty is not on members of Congress, no? It is, the penalty is on BIR officers, employees, no? When they make a divulgence, is that correct? So in the event that the documents are actually submitted and ultimately unsealed by this committee during impeachment proceedings, what criminal offense actually exists on a BIR officials when the persons that will actually unseal and look into the documents will not be the BIR, it will be the members of this committee. Madam Chair.
I find it strange really, no?
Madam Chair.
Parang you are so near yet you're so far.
Madam Chair.
The BIR apparently complied with the subpoena, but
Buksan nyo na. Wala namang problema. Buksan nyo na para matapos ang
bringing to
impeachment.
us the sealed box. But because of that issue of confidentiality, we cannot open the box.
Madam
Karamihan naman ang pinag-usapan nyo dyan. Puro confidential. AMLA, confidential. SALN, confidential. Paigutan nyo rin yan.
Chair.
Honorable Tino.
Madam Chair, first of all, we note that the BIR themselves have a broad interpretation, which I happen to agree with regard to the meaning of in aid of legislation. Na ibig sabihin, my understanding is that is Congress discharging its duties. So the impeachment process in that broad sense will also be covered by in aid of legislation. Katulad nga ng nabanggit, no? There are many issues that have arisen here which may be the subject of legislation. For example, yung mga problema sa bank secrecy law, no? Kaya nga po ang sinabi ko kanina, ang aking posisyon ay covered na ito. Pwede, for as long as the documents are inspected by this committee in executive session, no? Pero kung hindi naman, I mean, kailangan pa ba, if for example, I file a resolution in aid of legislation, which also results in the subpoena of the same documents, di pwede na. Ganun po ba ang sinasabi ng committee? No? In other words, the contents of the documents are not beyond the reach of this committee. No? And so I would subscribe to the broad interpretation of the phrase in aid of legislation, Madam Chair.
We note the manifestation of the Honorable Tino. Now we recognize the Honorable Karen Lagbas.
Madam Chair, there is a Latin maxim which provides expressio unius est exclusio alterius. This means that the express mention of one thing implies the exclusion of another. It is very clear that the officials, officers, or employees of the BIR are prohibited from divulging information regarding the taxpayer or any information relative thereto. And there is only one exemption, if the Congress requests in aid of legislation. And yes, Madam Chair, should we allow BIR to violate this specific prohibition, they will be subjected to penalties. Kawawa naman po sila, Madam Chair. Nag-comply naman po sila sa subpoena. They are here. They waited for more than 9 hours. Nag-comply sila, andito po yung box. Sana naman magiging sensitive na rin tayo by at very least complying with what is provided for by the law. That is all, Madam Chair.
Nako, walang gano'n, walang konsiderasyon yan. Bakulaw yan eh. Tingnan yung pagka magagandang ganyan, di ba? Pagka magagandang ganyan, merong sense magsalita. Hindi, pero buksan nyo.
When is the correct time to open the box, Commissioner? No. Because there are two requirements. Inquiry in aid and executive session. Both should be present. And assuming that the committee will decide not to open, may I just ask, when is the correct time to open the box? Commissioner?
Well, if the committee says that this is not in aid of legislation, then Section 20A will not apply. And therefore, what we will do, Madam Chair, is to withdraw our submission.
Nako.
Madam Chair, this has been submitted already.
Ito naman si Bakulaw. Oh, wala na. Baka akala ni Bakulaw pera lamang sa loob
I would
niya.
rather keep this.
What do you mean withdraw your
Even when it's
submission? You don't
sealed.
take this back? The box?
Yes, Madam Chair, because when we submitted the documents, our
To be
friend-
specific, Commissioner, in the event that the committee votes in favor of probable cause, assuming only for the purpose of discussion that the impeachment complaint is transmitted to the Senate, will they be in the correct position to open this box? I'm referring to the senators.
Well, if we go by the specific statutory exceptions, Madam Chair, an impeachment proceeding or an impeachment trial is not one.
Can you speak louder, Com?
If I go by the specific statutory exceptions, Madam Chair,
It's not
then-
part of your exception. It doesn't make mention at all of impeachment proceeding.
Precisely, Madam Chair. So that is not, what I am saying is that an impeachment proceeding or an impeachment trial is not one of the exceptions.
So even the
Section 27.
senators cannot open this box?
If we go by the provisions of the law, Madam Chair, then there is no basis as well for the disclosure.
Again, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
This is such an absurd
Chair.
situation.
The Honorable Rurik Padiernos, and then the Honorable Tino, and then the Honorable Diaz Suarez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to ask some clarificatory
It's
questions.
not about the box.
Yes, Madam
Yes.
Chair. Because yung na-mention po kasi, Madam Chair, ni BIR Commissioner, this representation is in the position that impeachment proceedings is sui generis. It's a class of its own, different from yung na-mention po na in aid of legislation. So, I just wanted to again, if I heard it correctly from the Commissioner, Madam Chair, if the section that was mentioned a while ago does not apply, does it mean that you have to get the box? Meaning, you're not bound. Because wala nga pong basis eh, ang pagbigay. So that's the only way that you will submit. Medyo mahirap po itong sitwasyon natin kasi po we don't have a specific law to say that pwede po talaga niyang ibigay yan, except yun lang po yung basis niya. So I just wanted to get a clarification from the Commissioner.
Madam Chair, had it, as mentioned by Representative Adjong a while ago, had it been the intention that the impeachment proceeding be an exception to Section 270 of the National Internal Revenue Code, then the law would have said so, as it did in the Bank Secrecy Law, where it is explicitly provided that an impeachment proceeding is an exception to the confidentiality of bank deposits.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
Ano na? Anak na to.
Madam Chair. Sige po.
Are you finished?
Umiinom pa si Madam Chair. Hanap pa. Search pa, search.
Madam Chair, maybe the committee should address this by voting on the matter after the Honorable Tino makes his manifestation.
Let's hear first the position of the justice members.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
Honorable Tino and then Honorable De Luna.
So just to be clear, Madam Chair, mukhang ang nangyari ngayon, originally the position of the BIR was, correct me if I'm wrong, kaya daw po nila sinubmit sa committee yung mga dokumento dahil sa kanilang pagtingin covered ng exception sa batas. Na yung dahil ininterpret nila broadly yung phrase na in aid of legislation. Kaya nila binigayan. Pero ang requirement lang nila or ang parang condition lang nila ay dapat in executive session. Tama po ba, Commissioner?
That is correct, Madam Chair.
So yun po ang original na position nila na it falls within the exception. We interpret the phrase in aid of legislation broadly as Congress exercising all its functions. Okay, so therefore, pwede, basta in executive session. However, mukhang nakumbinsi si Commissioner at ang BIR ni Congressman Adjong. kaya ngayon, mukhang nagbago na po ang posisyon nyo. At kaya nga po sabi, i-withdraw na nila. Tama po ba?
Hindi po. Kasi po kung sinasabi po ng committee mismo na hindi ito in aid of legislation, hindi po namin po pwedeng i-invoke ang Section 28. Kaya kinakailangang i-withdraw namin.
Opo. So lumalabas, mas nakumbinsi ng committee as a whole, batay sa mga naririnig, no, na, well, hindi nga ito in aid of legislation, therefore hindi. No? Pero, again, this is under consideration by the committee. At ako po, actually, sumasang-ayon nga po ako sa naging original na posisyon ng BIR na broadly, yun ang ibig sabihin ng provision na yun, ng exception na yun. Otherwise, Madam Chair, sa tanong nyo, kailan pwedeng buksan yan? Kung magiging stricto tayo sa in aid of legislation, then as I said earlier, I may file a House resolution in aid of legislation requesting the same documents at lalabas, pwede na. Diba? For as long as it is in executive session. No? And also, so in other words, ordinaryong resolution lang, pwede na nating buksan yan kung ganon. Samantala, dun sa tanong niyo pa further, kung umabot sa...
Hindi mag-ano ka ng in aid of legislation para mabuksan nyo yan in executive session.
File sa Senado ito. Kahit ang Senate sitting as an impeachment court, hindi nila pwedeng buksan yan kung ganon. Diba? Dahil makitid ang magiging interpretasyon dun sa in aid of legislation. So parang ganun po ang ang sitwasyon ngayon na kailangan mag-antay tayo sa pag-file ng resolution in aid of legislation at maaaring masilip in executive session.